Back, my beautiful friends. Welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing? How are you doing this late night? I believe today is Saturday. I believe so. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Well, I'm in for some story time, for some laughter, and everything, everything in between. Welcome, everyone. Let me tell you, that was one heck of a weekend, and I want to share with you about some of my social. Wait, excuse me. Social experiences. I want to share with you about. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. Thank you, Elizabeth. I want to share. I'm sorry. I'm a bit all over the place. So I'm gonna focus as you guys gather. Don't forget to put a thumbs up. Welcome, welcome to the chat. And um, man, I need a drink. How was your long weekend? If you took any time off, but I actually want. I know. Dave says that title. Okay, that title piqued my interest. Good, good, Dave. Welcome. Wonderful to see you. So yes, I met a rocket. No, how you say it? Rocket scientist, a spaceship engineer, and a serial cheater in the same night. And I just want to come on and have some fun. I have so many much deeper topic and things, but I wanted to share about the weekend experience and basically about the social experience with people because there is always something to learn. So welcome Elizabeth, welcome Dave, welcome Johnny. Thank you. Thank you. Joseph, Ola, welcome. I need to stop laughing. Please tell me something that I stop laughing. Honestly, one of the reasons I did not go live, more when I was out. Well, I think whole point of not be so much on internet when we travel. That's one thing for sure. But also, one of the reasons why I did not go live is because I wanted to have some social experiments. Just communication. I didn't know it would be an experiment. But basically, I just wanted to be more present and just have a few days off because even though these lives are fun, but it somehow really does take a lot of social energy, which I don't have a lot of. So I'm gonna start with a spaceship engineer, and then we're gonna talk about the serial cheater. I need water. So I'm coming to the I was going to meet a friend, and we were going to meet for so long, and a friend of mine got very very sick. I think it was some of this virus that's going around again, but he was really really sick, so we couldn't meet, and I wanted him to rest, feel better. And in some ways I wouldn't say that I was Elizabeth, if you are around, I trust you to take care of certain people. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So if I look away, guys, I'm just trying not to get distracted. So my eye contact is here. So I'm coming to. Oh, I was going to have dinner at this beautiful place on a lake, and yeah, it was closing. By the time I rested, done my makeup, put my beautiful dress, and did some other things, the place was closed. I was just going to have some crab cakes, stuff, just something light. I love looking at the water, looking at the beautiful, how you call them, beautiful yachts, just beautiful night. I just really love enjoying being in the moment. And so I decided to go in a hotel. Hello, Zaid, welcome. So I decided to go to the hotel and just, just getting something so I don't die. Long story short, I'm sitting down next to this guy, and he is as socially awkward gets. That is why, my dear friends, you need the game. You need to learn how to, even if you were socially awkward as a guy when you were young, it doesn't matter. You can turn it around. There are so many resources. You can hire a coach. You can utilize so many resources now. Don't stay socially awkward. Introverted is cool. Introverted is fine, because honestly, introverted people are very smart. Introverted people are often brilliant. But socially awkward is a very different than introverted. So anyway, this guy, he, if I say, you know how the kids nowadays, the teenagers says negative reads. He had negative reads. If you have a teenager somewhere around you, you will know exactly what that means. So you know, there was part of me there was part of me that really wish I could record the conversation so it could be a material, you know, like a study material. But anyway, long story short, he was trying to make a conversation, but he was very, very shy. He was very awkward. But you know what? I appreciate when somebody is trying to connect, so I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to be I just wanted to have a good time, and it was nice to have some company, because other men at that bar were getting really drunk and they were really loud and they were the absolute worst. So I was going to take my food and go to the lobby or go to my room, because I don't like sitting around people who have no culture, and especially if they are getting drunk. Welcome everybody, welcome. Oh, so it was just a very awkward conversation. He was telling me what he likes to cook. Uh, he was telling me what he likes to cook. But you know, it wasn't really what he was talking about. It was how he was talking about. You know, his shoulders were really, he was really nervous. So they were kind of like over here up to his ears. And he was just very, very socially awkward and very, very strange. And I was thinking, this guy must be in some kind of tech, and his intelligence must have gone to his to that one talent that he has. And that's and that is why guys, there is so much amazing information online. You can find yourself, you can learn how to present yourself, because it's a pity, because when you're so smart and you were able to learn something, so you know, we literally have jokes about rocket science, right? We literally, I'm gonna add some more light. Is it? Yeah, so we literally thank you, Jeannie. So you know, we literally have jokes about, oh, this is not a rocket science, right? So it turns out that for someone, communication is as hard as rocket science for us. I was thinking about that the entire time. He just, you know what was the main problem with him? He had no masculine energy. He didn't have any power to his words. It wasn't sharp, it wasn't defined, it was like very, very slow, you know, like very, like I'm barely alive, but I'm here. And yeah, I was thinking about it the whole time, that he's brilliant because he went there for an event, but unfortunately he didn't get the social part down. And I don't know, not everyone can get that that part down. Some people just are not born with that emotional intelligence installed, and he has a very hard case. The good news, most guys do not have such hard case. So anyway, we were talking, and he was, he was trying. I have to give him credit. He was trying, he was trying to connect with me this way or another. Then he mentioned what he was there for, and he said that he's a spaceship engineer. And I was thinking to myself, man, some of us has talents. So every talent you have, all every talent you have is important. So if you have a social talent, if especially for my ladies who are watching, if you have a social talent, use it. Create your own platform, share about something beautiful, unite people by their interest, do something with it. I've never thought that knowing how to present yourself socially, know how to connect to people, I never thought that was a talent till maybe a day, maybe 5-7 years ago or so. I never thought that was a talent. I remember my mom used to say, all you can do is talk when she was angry at me, because we would go places and I would connect to people, and my mom would not enjoy that because she wanted to keep going. But I would just be like a sponge, I would look at this, look at that, then I would connect to random strangers, which was very awkward back then. So my dear friends, now I'm talking to my man. If you're a competent man, you're a professional, you're very good at something, but you struggle in your social environment, and especially with women, ask for help. Not everyone can do self-coaching. Something about this. Some people can. I'm sure that there are. I actually know that there are a lot of amazing channels that can help you to appear more confident, to feel more confident, and to know how to connect with people. But it really depends with which part you are struggling. But it is so important. So this guy, he just had a complete lack of masculine energy. It wasn't even what he was saying, because even what he was saying about cooking, about some weird stuff, it was the way he was saying it, his posture. Like, if as a woman you would be with a man like this, you would lose your minds. You would lose your mind, because there is a lot of emotional labor. It's a real thing to keep the conversation going. I want you guys to understand this. There is a lot of emotional labor to get things going. And in my companies, in my friends group, especially before, I realized, why do I feel so tired? Why do you always feel so tired when I come home? Because, when you are the only one, it's nice when there are a few people that can bounce a conversation, that know how to make it interesting, because it's work. When you're in a small company, an intimate company, maybe it was just one friend, even the silence sometimes is perfect because you're connecting. I have maybe a couple of people in my life with who I don't mind the silence. I don't mind the conversation. I don't mind the weird laughter. I don't mind the silence. I don't care how weird it gets. We're having fun. It was so interesting. I could not. So the whole time I was thinking, you are telling me that this guy can get a degree in spaceship engineering but cannot handle a regular conversation. He was really trying to. He was trying to. He was trying to connect with me, but the interesting thing, if I would have a client like this, I don't actually know if I could help him, because he 1, 2, 3 times learning things is not going to. He needs like severe. He needs to get on the, he needs to get on the program, which is like some intense boot camp bootcamp coaching, and even then, no result is guaranteed. He's a really hard case. But you know what? I'm sure he's a nice person. I'm sure he's a nice person, and I'm like, should I give him my business card? But honestly, I didn't want to give him my business card because I don't think I could help him. This is a very tough case. So we let me picture the situation. So we are sitting in the bar. Those drunk guys left. So I'm talking with this. So my friend is sick. He's not coming. He's sicker than a dog. And everybody left. It's getting late, but I just wanna, I just wanted to unwind. I don't go. I don't drink. I don't really socialize too much. So when I go to different cities or countries, I love to be social because I meet people I will never meet otherwise. And so these two men are coming in, and you can feel they are coming in. They had something before, and they coming in a high energy, in a high vibration, so to speak. And so they storm in, I would say, and they sit right next to me, and they are trying this way or another to get my attention, But I am kind of having a dying conversation with this guy, but it's so apparent that he cannot hold it. And it was not so much the conversation itself, but his posture or no posture, and the way that he really didn't have the masculinity. He didn't have any power in his voice. You know how when you were in school, there was always this one student that is like, yeah, in 1941, I guess the World War II had started. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's 1939, September 1st. It started, and like you feel like a little bit more, and and this person might die. Like they, it's like as if they have no, they don't have a power in their voice at all. And as a woman, it makes you feel so strange because you almost feel like a kindergarten teacher. Like you feel like it's a kindergarten teacher energy. You want to help this child to speak. So anyway, here where the serial cheater here where the serial cheater walks in. So I'm enjoying my food still. I'm having a good time because I don't care. I want to have fun. Welcome everybody, and thank you for the kind words. So I'm sitting having my my little dinner, and here's the serial cheater storms in. With a friend. So yeah, this is where the energy, this is where the charisma, this is where the confidence, this is where the shiny eyes, this is where the manners. He comes in immediately, he starts talking, he orders immediately some kind of drink, and he's starting the conversation, and he's like, he kind of get in his way. Also, I could have been sitting with my fiance, or I could have been sitting with I don't know, my date. He didn't care whatsoever. So I can't. So anyway, so yeah, he start we're gonna call him the serial cheater. His eyes are shining, and he just like, yeah, he's starting to say things. He's starting to get the conversation. His friend is kind of more quiet, but he has this face expression because he's seen that too many times. Oh my goodness. So he's trying to figure out what is going on, but he's making moves already. He already telling about his life, his career, but he's saying like he's in town for this and that, and he's just been he's so engaged, and he's buying me a drink. He doesn't know, maybe this is my date. But then I learned that they were watching us for 10 or 15 minutes. They were going back and forth, him and his friend. And then finally, he realized that, okay, we should give it a shot. So basically, the serial cheater takes over the conversation, and there are jokes and there are fun moments. And I really it was kind of getting late. I was really ready to go, and he was trying to figure out how to follow with his plan, and so on and so forth. So guys, I'm telling you how this is happening. So the guys that is probably the nice guys are struggling, the guys that have educations, and the guys that actually have something to offer, and the guy that has nothing to offer, that already is torturing his poor wife with his behavior. He has all the social skills in the world. He has every social skill, and especially his eyes. His eyes tell the story. He doesn't need to say a thing. And then, yeah, then we were talking and joking, and it was actually a good evening, because another lady joined the conversation, and we were going back and forth, talking about just certain events. But yeah, it was so interesting. And the serial cheater guy, he was hiding his ring, like his life depends on that. His arm was anywhere, like his hand was in his pocket. Like, why would your hand would be in your pocket when you're sitting at the bar? So his hand was everywhere, in the pocket, behind, in front. And then finally, he admitted that he was married and had 4 children, but open for a good time, open for fun. He made it very clear. And I was just sitting there and thinking, yeah, it's only a moment. It's only a moment, or it's only a matter of time when he will sabotage his entire family for not being able to discipline and control himself. You know, and I actually felt a bit sad. I felt sad because this is a weird paradox of our society. Some people are looking. This is why it is so important to have same values with a person that you are going to tie your life with. It's so important to have the same values. Probably the most important thing. Probably the most important thing, because this guy, he's going to sabotage his entire family, all his 4 kids. He's gonna be divorced very, very soon, because his wife is going to get tired of it. And yeah, I was just thinking about it. But this is why ladies should be able to discern. Ladies, if you're watching me, those men who are so social and so sharp and love, yeah, I forgot the love bombing. Love bombing was present. Love bombing was present. All the compliments, all the ideas, all the bold things to say. I think the perfect man is probably somewhere in the middle. Is the ones that knows how to convey his thought and has a good presence, is masculine but not trying to dominate everything, and the one who can have a good sense of humor and be respectful at the same time. A lot of women fall under the love bombing because they starve for attention, and this guy was hoping, that I will just fall head over heels because the love bombing was strong. And let me just say, it didn't work. It didn't work because I don't like very extroverted men at all. I find it kind of a bit of a nervous and kind of repulsive trait for a man. So it's just automatic, just not attracted to a man who's all over the place. I just look at it as entertainment. So I was just sipping my drink and I was thinking how important the social skills. So the point of the story is the social skills are as important. Social skills are as important as spaceship engineering. Spaceship Being a spaceship engineer is just as important as having good social skills. And by the way, there was a third character, a third man. I would call him Mr. Average. I hope he didn't look up my channel. Because so, the Mr. Average, Mr. Generic Average, he was trying to he was really actually trying to connect with me. He really was trying to connect with me. He was there also as well for the business trip. But I don't enjoy people who have nothing to say but very standard phrases. That just tells me when somebody is having a very standard phrases, it's like you have to get a shovel and dig for their personality. Why not to use your imagination and try to come up with something interesting? So he was a Mr. Average and standard phrase. That's why guys, we need to, all of us need to read books and watch interesting movies. When men used to have when men used to be masculine and women feminine, it is so important to understand the polarity. You're not gonna win somebody as somebody's intention being as average as it gets. I actually asked him a question. I did ask him, like, are you always that generic? You always have these generic answers? Yes. So having these experiences, meeting people in person and just going through life, I think I'm going to make a very hands-on lessons for those people who are enjoying this. This channel is about emotional intelligence, polarity between men and women, and learning communication. You would think, oh, what do you mean learning communication? I already know everything. I know how to say hello. I know how to say, hey, what do you do for a living? Yeah, of course they ask me what I do for a living. I mean, breathing. A woman for centuries, for thousands of years, were not even supposed to work. Women were not made to work. Women were not made to have careers. Women were not created to live under pressure, under tension, and so on and so forth. But women became so much more masculine and men became so much more feminine, unfortunately, that when you meet a woman for the first time, the best question you can ask is, so what do you do for a living? So I said nothing. I didn't come to get interviewed. I joked. I don't remember what I said, but I just joked about it. But it was something like nothing. Breathing. So anyway, but we are in a crisis. We are in a crisis of polarity, because when you're trying to approach a woman, you need to create tension. You need to create tension between you and her. It could be a joke. It could be something flirtatious. It could be, but there should be some originality. There should be an originality of thought, an interesting observation, a flirt. Even if you never see this person again, it's a good thing to practice. But rather than just saying nothing but a standard phrase. So yeah, I was entertained from one point, but from another point, I was bored to death. I was like, where's my camera? Where is my recorder? I need to record it. I need to record it for my lessons. So I've started working on my lessons. They actually for both men and women, but they are different. They're not the same. So for those of you who will decide to who is enjoying the conversation, who would like to follow my channel, yes, I do teach some knowledge and some very, you would think, common sense things that I've always seen being from Eastern Europe, between men and women, and it hurts to see how generic and characterless communication had become. It's like, people drop the standards in everything. They drop the standards in the ways they look, in the ways they put clothes on, or the people they settle for, and so on and so forth. So, well, I really did have a great time. Yes, I'm gonna read your comments in a moment. Well, in order to be natural, you need to have a personality. When you have a personality, you can be natural. But when you're boring AF, you can be natural all day, but it's not going to work. We were supposed to develop ourselves. We were not supposed to be the same person after we finish high school or finish college. We were not supposed to be the same person forever. Oh, thank you, John Barnoki says you have a beautiful voice. Thank you. I appreciate it. So anyway, this is actually a great book. Every man should read this book. I need to get, it's at the Way of the Superior Man. I need to get a affiliated link because I'm promoting this book. Thank you, Tucker. I appreciate, I think I know you. Hey, good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you on time. I had so much going on, but right now, if you still need my help, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you because I'm working with people again and my own channel is growing. So, by the way, we are 11,000. Thank you so much for those who recently joined, and you're in for a treat because I'm starting the momentum on the channel. So I'd love to have you here if you enjoying and feel that it would be of value for you. What do you mean still looking good? I look better every year. Actually, the funny thing is, when you raise your confidence inside, when you're in harmony with yourself and you learn your social skills, and then as a woman, when you know how to dress up, when you have fun, very nice bright colors, when you have a smile, when you have something about you that is not over vain. We all going, trust me, we all going through very difficult and challenging things. I today had a very frustrating and sad moment that I had to shed some tears. Nothing horrible and terrible, but something so disappointing. We all going through all kinds of things. But when you carry yourself as a lady, when you carry yourself in a beautiful way and lighthearted way, you will never have a lack of candidates. And for men, I can help men with a social part, with a part of having a conversation. I can help with that, but generally men should follow just simply for masculinity, for these kind of things. They should have discipline, regiment, maybe have a mentor, that some type of man that they are looking up to. But when it comes to communication with women can help with that as well. It's just, they cannot help you to become masculine, obviously, because it's something that we don't possess. No, actually, all men at some point looked up to another man. Ever since you turn like 13, 14, you starting to look up to men all the time. And it was meant to be like this. Because we used to live in communities. We used to live in communities. We used to learn from each other. Women would learn how to sew, how to cook, how to nurture children, how to take care of things. And yes, we learn from each other. And there is nothing wrong. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you unoriginal. But sometimes you're terrible at something. You're terrible at something. We all have certain things that are deal breakers, and we gotta get those things down. And when you recognize a problem, you can do something about it. Like I was telling in the beginning of the videos that I ran into spaceship engineer, but as the teenagers would say, he had negative riz. Like he had no, I don't know, he didn't have a glimpse of masculinity, a glimpse of it. And he was so socially awkward that honestly it was painful to watch. Honestly, it was very painful to watch. But okay, that was an extreme case because sometimes nature compensates. Sometimes nature, you have this one great talent. Sometimes you just have this one great talent. It's really, really prominent, and then you not that great at anything else. But it's very rare. Usually we want to improve certain things, and social skills are really, really important. I never really thought about this, but your life can change at 180 just if you develop social skills. So let me come back to Mr. Average. So Mr. Average was really trying to get my contact. Mr. Average was really trying to like invite me. He was inviting me to go to Marina, like to the harbor. I was thinking, to the harbor, it's what it was like 11:30 p.m. I'm not going to no harbor with nobody. And yeah, he just had he probably was not a bad guy, but has a very weak game. No, not even game, but when you talk to a woman, you need to give her a structure, you need to give her a plan, you need to come up with a vision, because he was starting making hints about he was showing with all his behaviors that he would be very, very interested to stay in touch. But he didn't show good leadership skills. He was just so average about everything. Very, very, just very, very, there was no character, there was no plan. He didn't say, okay, I'm going to be next week again here and let's do this. Or can I call you? And blah, blah, blah. You have to create certain things when you talk to a woman that there is always a hook for her to respond. I had nothing to respond her to. And I was not terribly interested either. I was thinking, oh my gosh, thank God I can just go and forget about this. Meanwhile, serial cheater moved on from me to another girl. It was a pretty girl that also kind of joined the conversation for a little bit. So the serial cheater, and she was working on her computer. So the serial cheater decided, you know what? We are talking about a conversation at the bar for those who just joined. So the serial cheater, he yes, he was trying to make a rapport with a girl, but she was too smart. She was attractive, she was beautiful, but she was also too smart for that. She looked at him like, no, absolutely not. So yes, then he came a bit defeated and tried to continue. He was trying to figure out some information, where I was living, what I do for a living, the classic. The classic. So guys, never ask a feminine woman what she does for a living, because you appear like you have no communication skills, and she needs to explain you something about her life that she doesn't owe you to explain. What she does, where she goes, what school did she go, she doesn't need to tell you this. Instead, make an observation about her personality. I don't know, look at her hands, look at how she moves, how she speaks, and say, your language, for example, your language is amazing. You really know how to convey yourself so well. You must be a teacher or working in education. Like you can approach trying to understand what walk of life the person is coming from. I wouldn't even do that. I would focus on the fun things, trying to figure out what something loves to, especially a woman, what she loves to do for fun. Like, uh, try to see if she has any creativity in her. But at least you can base something on your observations. People love when you observe something about them because, let's be honest, we are extremely self-absorbed. We are all me, 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 me. You know, we are all looking for validation this way or another, right? I'm generalizing, but most people are looking to be validated. So, or not necessarily in a negative way, but just want to be seen. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be seen, but most of people are not really seen by anybody. You can be married and feel actually, you can be married and feel very, very unseen. Like, feel like a furniture that has been broken and have not been fixed for a long time. So, if you make observations about a person that are not necessarily very obvious, that's a great way to connect. And it's genuine because in order to make observations, you need to have some kind of interest and desire to do that. So people love when you observe, when you see something about them. And this is how we learn about each other because because we are observing things about each other. This is how we learn about ourselves. You know, you can think all day that you are a confident man, that you have charisma and you are so good with your social skills, but when you come somewhere and people seem to lose interest, they don't respond, and it happens time after time, you probably living in delusion. Just like the woman, you know, when the woman is coming up and when she talks to men, when she goes out in the world, she learns a lot about herself when she communicates with other people because other people are giving her feedback. We are actually always getting feedback. And it takes a while, you know, you can have a terrible feedback because you can be in the wrong crowd. But if time after time after time you get a terrible feedback for everything, if time after time after time a girl gives you the wrong number, if time after time uh ladies ignore you, ghost you, and same for ladies, you know, if time after time you never get a second date, then it means that you are capable to initially attract, but then things don't go as well. So, you know, we all can learn better. Today is not necessarily a lesson. I'm just sharing with you. I just thought it was really funny. I had such contrast. So I was sitting in the middle. I'm having these guys. They're supposed to be a super nerd and be extremely smart, you know, the spaceship engineer. And on this side, there is a guy that risking his entire life just for some very questionable moments of pleasure because he had a little bit too much, and you can tell he's ready for it. He told me it might be worth it. Think about it, stripping the ending, the legacy of your family, of your children, putting them through the pain. When you have 4 children with somebody, I'm sorry, you don't have um your right of being free is over. You have major responsibility. Like, if to stop joking and say, I was thinking, what an asshole. That was my actual thought. You know, you don't have to get married if you don't have to be in a committed relationship. You don't have to have children if you cannot hold it together. And he's sitting there, he's smiling, and he said, I think it's worth it. Basically, you know, if he gets lucky, so to speak, that it's worth it to risk his entire life, his life in I mean, his life is his choice, but his children, And I'm just thinking, I was just thinking about it. Yeah, I was not impressed. Was not impressed meeting men, the type of man, but it's as old as the world. As old as the world. And the Mr. Average guy is probably a pretty decent man, but he needs work to do. And unless I'm getting paid, I'm not doing it. I'm not coaching nobody for free. And it's interesting. Um, it's interesting when somebody also go to a certain age, you're no longer, like a young adult or unexperienced man, and you still didn't learn how to connect with people, how to make a woman feel like, this guy, he's not a guy should always have a strategy and a goal. As women, we're like, ha ha ha, la la la. If we are in a good stage, we are lighthearted, we want to laugh. Um, what the heck? Let me read the stupid comment. Don't delete it. I see some really crazy comment. I wanted to read the comment. It was something about Johnny Depp. It's so crazy that but it's okay. Actually, I don't need to see it. There was nothing smart about it. So anyway, let me read some of your comments. Most people miss opportunities not because there is no good people, but because they are unprepared. Because they are unprepared. It was juvenile. Okay, thanks, Stan. Got it. Yeah. I also don't appreciate people who write in all caps. That is so rude. Well, let me read some of your comments. I'm done talking. I'm done telling you the story. It was just so funny. I'm not gonna give you all the. Red is my favorite color. How could you tell? I love red, and I love cobalt blue, and I like all the juicy, beautiful, bright colors. I also love fuchsia, and I like all the beautiful, juicy, bright colors and beautiful. Okay. Even my phone. But I like a lot of different beautiful colors in art. It's not only limited. All right, let me read some of your comments. Yeah, Zaid, you can listen to the video later, yes. But it was just honestly, it was just a representation of what I was talking about on this channel. The good guys, the guys who are that have value, that have something to offer, that are not married, that are educated. A lot of times they don't really have that they don't have that very well rounded social skill. Not always, but they kind of neglect that. And then that guy, the serial cheater, if he would stop drinking, for most ladies he would be very flattering, because he really knew how to make compliments. He knew, he was very generous. I don't drink a lot, so I can maybe have maximum one drink. I never ever drink in social settings. A lot of times it would be sparkling water. So you have to also watch your drink when you don't know who you are with. But yeah, you can't buy my presence in this way, because for me trust is very, very important. When you learn about somebody, you build trust with them. When somebody is trying to accelerate the trust, that is always strange. You would think, why somebody is trying to convince you so fast? You know, why somebody is trying to convince you so fast? I just never understood that. You're not in a rush. You know, when you met somebody interesting, you know, somebody pleasant, you don't ever need to convince them, try to rush them. You know, like a seller when try to rush you to take a decision. It's kind of kills the vibe. It's nice when you're relaxed, you don't really have an agenda, you're just having a good time. Just having a good time, that's it. You know, we all have lives, we all have things and problems, and sometimes it's so nice when you can go somewhere and unwind. Before that, the day before, I was celebrating a little personal event. Plus, it was a Labor Day weekend, and there was this beautiful concert. It was a jazz concert outside near the harbor. There was all those beautiful boats, the wind, the sun, and there were a bunch of people that don't know each other at all. We'll never see each other again, but everyone was connected in that moment. You know, just looking at beautiful sunset, and it's just so precious, so precious. And it felt very natural. Nobody was trying to convince anybody in anything. Everybody left a good tip to a singer, and it was just so nice. You know, people didn't need to talk, it was in the air. Nobody was trying to convince anybody to listen, because this was already so beautiful. There was no, yes, it was romantic in a that kind of way, yes. So let me read some of your comments. Yes, this is a beautiful comment. I was just thinking about this today. A is saying the best way to remember a woman is a human too, not an object to conquer. When you internalize that fact, it's easier to talk to them. Yes, when you just meeting somebody, it should be lighthearted. You should not be coming on too hard, but you can have a plan. Don't just don't If you want to see that woman again, don't just leave the communication and saying, yeah, I hope you have a nice way home. if you really if you really wish you can get to know a particular person better, you should find a way. You need to create a next event, and maybe even several next event, but at least one. You need to create several steps in your mind how you're going to continue that. Somebody says, Habibi, come to New York. There's something in the air, all right. Yes. Let me read your comments. Okay, the monologue is over. But, it's sometimes hard to manage the conversation and stay on the side and read every comment. So I'm sure you understand. So, yes, let me read. I'm going to read from down up. So there is something in the air. Yeah, right. Hello, hello. Will you settle down with me? No, but thank you for asking. So you are a romantic girl, yes. Every woman is romantic this way or another. Every woman is romantic before she started. She was forced to go to work and abandon her nature. Veronica, do you think the question was your love language is overused? That's another excellent question and observation. I think when we meet each other, we are not trying to be dating coaches, or we are not trying to be psychologists, psychiatrists, and given terms. Instead of asking somebody about your love language, especially when you just meet them, you observe. That's all you do. You're supposed to have a connection with a person. You don't need to ask them what's their love language. It's like my love language is that you're supposed to see and understand it, especially when you just met. It's basically asking, give me a blueprint how I can seduce you, how can I make you fall in love with me. Please tell me A, B, C, D, E. So you don't ask for somebody's soul, how they connect, they give you these things. When you start to get to know somebody, when you start to get to know somebody, and you're talking about things, and you start observing, you can say, I really see that your eyes are shining, when I acknowledge some of your beauty, or some of your gifts. I really notice when I bring you flowers, you shine different. For example, and then you can assume, okay, this lady, she loves gifts, or she loves acts of service. Yes. So I think, excellent questions, A. I don't know your name, but yeah, excellent observation. I think it's so tacky to ask, so what your love language is, and it's definitely overused. It's a good concept. It's a very real concept, but we have to remember that when we are on dates, we are not coaching anybody. We are not using terms. We are not calling anybody narcissist, or uh, any other words. We are in the moment. What is your perfect date? It depends on a circumstance, but the perfect date for that night would be sitting, with that beautiful water, boat, sunset, have a very light, flirtatious conversation about something and nothing, and enjoying the moment, being just hungry enough that the food tastes amazing, and the music, just being completely taken off the mundane. Nobody's thinking about uh nobody's thinking about their mortgage, nobody's thinking about their ex, nobody's thinking what they're gonna do later, nobody's trying to take advantage of anybody, nobody's trying to say, okay, you know what, there is no thoughts in your head except just spontaneity. I'm a classic girl. I love dinner and beautiful view and fun. And if a man comes prepared, if he comes with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, that's in America. It's usually men don't understand that you you should bring something even for the first date. In Slavic culture and Eastern European culture, men always bring something. You know why? I don't have my purse with me right now, but as ladies, when we go out, if we go to a nice place, for example, right, to have dinner, or a drink or something like that, we put some time, to do the hair, do the nails, do the, I don't know, the light makeup, to put a beautiful dress. Some ladies would go the day and buy a new dress, not because she doesn't have clothes, but sometimes she would buy a dress just so she feels more magical, just so she feels more feminine. And the guy just, when the guy shows up empty-handed, it's just not a good sign. You need to show, if you feel the excitement to meet this woman, if you want to see her again, it should be a compliment. It should be a little gift. It could be flowers, it could be a little perfume, it could be something. Well, I'm talking about dating feminine women. I'm not talking about dating feminists. I'm not talking about dating women that look like men. I don't know anything about it because I'm not one. I'm talking about dating mesmerizing, beautiful, charming, magnetic women that you want to see again. A woman loves a man with a plan. I'm making these lessons, and one of the things I'm learning, if you're taking a woman and you are going with her to a particular restaurant, you are always coming early. So if the date is at 7, you always come in at 6:30. You can go, you can pick a place, you can make sure that the place is not too loud. You take your flowers, always bring something to a woman, shows that you prepared, because what men prepare? You go to shower, we are lucky if you just showered and in clean clothes. I mean, yes, there are some men that have game, that knows how to dress nice and look presentable, and maybe they got the looks on their side. You know, not everybody got the looks on their side, but men can have charisma. You don't always need to have, Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever. Look, you can have your charisma, you can looking fresh and sharp, but for a woman that is feminine, it is so beautiful. It's not like she cannot buy herself a flower. It's not like she cannot buy herself a perfume. I was gonna show you my favorite perfume. Also, not everyone can buy it. Oh my gosh. This one, actually, not everyone could buy. This was a gift. I don't think I would be buying this for myself because it's a bit extreme. But it could be something little, something sweet. It could be even a box of candy. It's just a compliment. I thought about you. And before we even start the date, I want you to smile. It is so special. You guys just don't understand what it does for a woman. And I'm talking only about feminine women, women who take pride in being feminine, and women who take pride in being a woman. They could be running things, but it's interesting because a woman that has her own business, or she's in charge of things, she is also deep down, more than ever, wants to be feminine. She wants to have a moment when she doesn't need to take no decisions, when she doesn't need to require anything, when somebody just tell her, I'll be there at 7. I'll be there at 7, and be ready. Put your favorite dress on. I'll pick you up at 7, for example. That if you are in a stage where you're picking a lady up. So, yeah, in general, every woman wants that, because there is no other point. And it's not that it's this how you show your masculinity. That's a time for you to shine. It's a beautiful thing to show that you're capable. It's like you're providing, you're starting in a small way, but you're providing something for her. You're making her smile. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit I'm gonna be a lady with a touch of hood right now. Tony is saying, as always, what does she brings to the table? You really want to know what she brings to the table? I'm gonna type it so you understand what she brings to the table. I don't want to say it out loud. I'm a lady with a touch of hood, but I'm joking. Not really in that type of culture, but I'm gonna tell you what she brings to the table, specifically for Tony. I wrote tiny, so that's close. That's close. That's what she brings to the table. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because looks like they have been lost and they've been found. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. I don't think he got those, Mikey. What do you like to eat? Favorite comfort food? Oh man. I like to be really hungry, but I mean not like I like to be in the mood for food, because I don't like eating when I'm not when I'm not hungry at all. I can't eat because the food tastes like nothing, right? And you don't want to be so hungry that you're like departed from the conversation. So usually I'll have like a little snack, a little fruit or something like this. One of my favorite dish, in summer when it's hot and there is this, oh my gosh, the sunset. It was just such a beautiful time. I would say I really love. It really depends on the time of the year. If it's winter, I love to have uh, some steak and potatoes. If it was a cold day, it's gray and cold and snowing. It needs to be some hearty meal. But in summer, I really like. Like we had some crab cakes and some char grilled fish and things like that. So it really depends on the mood. Um, but if it's a late at night, then lighter. Oh my gosh, I loved uh, when we were in Costa Rica. Oh my gosh, the seafood was. I actually love meat. I really feel very shaky when I don't eat meat. I think I might be slightly deficient in iron because I need meat. Otherwise I feel blurry. But when we were in Costa Rica, they had this amazing. They have amazing fruits, and they have amazing seafood. Oh, so seafood all day. It really depends where you are. But I would not have a too heavy dinner. The only time I would have like some a bit on the heavy side if it's a cold day, there is frost, the snowflakes are falling, it is dark, there are candles, and yeah, and it's like it's hard. It doesn't have to be a huge. It could be a small piece. Ladies, here the thing about us though, we can't go too hard on this because it's not very attractive when you go to a restaurant and a woman orders, a piece of meat that is bigger than yours, and she's like indulge, so we cannot do that. So I think one of the ideal things is seafood, some grilled fish, grilled chicken, and it could be a steak, but you need to know how to eat it. But it couldn't be this greasy big piece of meat that you're gonna be like eating all over. So you have to be elegant, and you should be like this anyway. But I also love complex dishes, when there is some interesting sauce and some different interesting I love those like chef dishes because it's so interesting. It's like art, that goes um some couples just simply enjoy doing these kind of things together, foodies. I have a couple of friends who are not hoodies, foodies, I'm sorry. um Let me see, 1 second. Somebody send me something. I want to make sure I say thank you. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I'm so glad that you enjoying you enjoying the conversation. Thank you. Uh Thank you so much for the $10 coffee super chat from Louis, and he says you are so beautiful. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you so much. If you have a question, send me a message or leave me a comment under the video and I'll reply. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's Louis or Louis, but thank you. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for the coffee. And I want to say again, thank you to David. I don't know if he's here or not, but thank you, Dave. Thank you for your beautiful messages. I'm gonna reply. I just saw you send me a message. I'm going to reply to you personally. Thank King Louis. Yeah, King Louis. Thank you so much. I appreciate the generosity. Yeah, so once we start growing again and we create our nice groups, we can have sometimes maybe once a month, maybe we can have a Zoom chat through coffee or through Patreon, somewhere where there gonna be no trolls and we can actually meet each other. You don't know, maybe you will meet a life of your life, or a love of your life, because ladies are welcome. Ladies are very welcome on this channel as well. But I look my statistic. I think I have mostly somebody says that I'm their favorite transgender YouTuber. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. I've never have a any kind of any kind of cosmetic surgery in my life, but thank you. Let me see. Analytics. Despite of what analytics will say, I would just want to say ladies are very welcome as well. Okay, make a prediction. How many ladies versus men on my channel? It's interesting. I see it now, and I read some comments while that. Let's see who will get the exact number of ladies versus men. Oh, so wonderful. The algorithm suggested your channel. That's how I end up here. Welcome. I don't know your name. Maybe it's Adam. You are okay. Adam is winning. Adam is only I'm gonna call you Adam. Adam is only off by 1%. Elizabeth is off by 3%. So it shows 90% men and 10% women. Yeah, that's correct. 90% men, 10% women. I have such passion to open channel for women where we can learn, teach, and just have a most wonderful time, with female topics that are not interesting or, not intended for men. They're for us, learning, beautifying ourselves inside and out, learning things, becoming better for the men in our lives, and becoming more mysterious and more delicious with every year. So I am working on it. Here, but yes, I want to make those classes lessons that I told you that I will do, and I'm using real conversations, real screenshots, and everything. The spaceman, the rocket scientist, is going into the class, so as the what is his name? What I told him, cheater. What's the other? How did I call the other guy? Pathological cheater. I forgot. And the average man. Maybe it will be like three types that we are talking about. The average man. The how did I call the cheater guy? Serial. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Serial cheater guy. Oh. My channel is open to all women. I want all women to be beautiful, gorgeous, confident, loving. And I'm not worrying about wrong people, because wrong people will not stay. They will do the same thing you're doing, Tony. They will show who they are pretty fast. So they're not gonna stay. They're not gonna also pay $1. I'm never worrying about uh, I'm never worrying about trolls doing anything, because a troll will die before he spent $1, a 50, a 20, 25 cents on somebody. They will die. They will have a heart attack. So I'm not worrying about no trolls. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, somebody sent me a Cashapp message. Thank you so much. I don't know why I can't read it right now. Well, I know why, because I will look in the email in a second. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you. Any prospects of coming to US? I am in US. Um, Tony is saying, I'll pay when I hear something useful. So you telling me that you're staying here for hearing something useless? Well, that means that you don't respect your time. Hello from Texas. Texas, hello, Emilio. Salam alaikum. Malaikum salam. What country was I born? What country was I born? I don't remember. Don't remember how I was born, but I don't mind you asking. I'm originally from Kiev, Ukraine. But I've been living in the United States for a while now. But I'm Russian too. I'm Russian and Ukrainian and a bunch of other things. All right, let me read. I'm trying to read the comments. Veronica, what is about Eastern European women that they make them so sensual, feminine, also very witty? I think it's our culture and education. I really do think so, because I meet so many women that I'm like, yes, approve. I think it's culture, education, upbringing, genetics, but environment is more important, because bad environments would ruin any genetics, unfortunately. You seem like a wonderful person. I would like to be your friend. Well, subscribe to the channel. I'm having this lighthearted lives actually to create a community, number one, and make it feel like friendship, community, comfort. So there are some people that I've been watching for years that doing live videos, and when I hear their voice, some of them are from my country. I feel like I know them. I feel like they're my longtime friend, and I actually did make some real life friends through my channel. So right now it is very relaxing, and I want it's this channel called Live Talks. I want to have conversations, and eventually, if I see some adequate people, I would like you to invite and join me. The last girl I had a serious crush on was Ukrainian as well, and she was heartbroken by her ex, so I never pursued her. Missed the opportunity. You should have. That's a best opportunity, if you know what I mean. It got to be smart, but it's a best opportunity, because nothing helps with a heartbreak like connection with somebody else, attention from somebody else. I mean, it really depends, because if somebody is addicted to somebody toxic and too much drama. But when an Eastern European woman meets a man who knows how to lead and takes pride in taking charge. Thank you, Saad. Thank you, Larry. Wait. Thank you, Larry. I'm gonna read some more. I have few friends from Ukraine. Okay, I see that. I don't live in Texas, but all my exes live in Texas. Jafar says, I love your speech. Thank you, Jafar. You seem like you're a wonderful person. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Eastern European, great, but support the channel. Actual good advice from a woman. That is... I already gave you an advice, Tony. I can't believe you're still here after what I told you. Sometimes you just need to go get a pair and then come back. That's the best. Veronica, what is about Eastern European women that makes them so sensual, feminine? And yeah, I responded that. Yes, upbringing, definitely upbringing, genetics, culture, education, magic, things that cannot be explained. Would be cool if I would go live with serial cheater. Man, that guy really was very charismatic. He had no issues self-expressing himself. He has no issues trying to look up my room number. He had no issues inviting me somewhere else. Uh and he was confident that he got it. He was confident. But he was like, it was serial cheater. It was like that. Ladies, I don't know. I know not very many ladies are watching me. If you're a lady, put one on the chat. But I want to tell you that a woman should never, never, never be a side piece, as they say, to no one. If you love somebody, if you really have deep love for someone, you will ruin it. You will ruin your heart, your hormones. If you're in love with a man who is not available, you can be a muse. You can have that emotional moment of connection. It's beautiful, but never cross the line and never go physical, because once you do it, you will be in so much pain. You will lose respect for yourself. He will get disappointed because he has to go home. He can't do anything for you, and you're risking your life. You're putting yourself in danger. One of my very I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but one of my friends keep dating, like dating, meeting, I don't know what it is, keep having relationships with married men. And she's like, well, I don't want to get married, so I don't care. And I'm like, lie, it's not true. Every woman eventually wants to have a partner, but it's better not to have a partner that has a partner who already belongs to someone. I mean, yeah, some women, there are women that don't necessarily, they don't care either way for a number of reasons, but I'm saying I know that she does. I know that she does because she wants to be a mom, she wants to get married. It's a normal desires, but she just keeps settling for married men. But I told her, I'm not judging you. I understand you desire to love, but you have to understand that each time this man comes to your house or picks you up, he is lying to his wife. He's not saying, hey, I'm gonna go to, I don't know, Natalie tonight. So when you cook dinner, I'm gonna be late or I won't be here. He's not gonna he's lying to both of you, and you're ruining your life because you will eventually, you will develop such feelings, and you will feel that he loves you, that the wife is just like this old thing, ball and chain, like nobody cares, but he will choose her almost 100%. And even if he doesn't, you will never be able to trust him, because this relationship based on lie. Sometimes life is such that you can't help it, but you fall in love with someone. You may be married, you may be in a relationship, and you have this obsession about someone. So you have two choices as a man. You can fix your life, take your time. If you really, really think you found the love of your life, take your time, get your legal stuff in order, and then love her your entire life. Ladies should never, never agree to be disrespected like that, because unfortunately very often as women we fall for the words. When a man sees us and we feel sparkling, beautiful, desired, loved, wife feel, well, wife, he doesn't love her, he's getting a divorce. Sometimes you're a very beautiful woman, and men, if you are at work or career or school or whatever it is, there are types of women where men just fall head over heels. If you're one of these women, uh, just never put yourself at risk. That's all I'm gonna say. That's really is for women channel topic, but never put yourself at risk. And for men that always tell these beautiful things to women, you know, you have to understand, if you really so happened you really did fall in love with somebody besides the person you married to, you have to understand that if you would actually have loved them, you would tell them honestly to run away from you, or to you would tell them honestly that all you can do is admire them from far. You know, you can send them some little gifts if you want to, but you can help them in some way, but you would be honest with them and not promise anything, and tell them, I hope you find someone who is available and can make your life beautiful. Because I love you, I don't want you to wait for me, because my life is complicated and I cannot be with you. It's so dangerous for it is so dangerous for a woman to be involved in any kind of intrigues, because you can literally lose your life. I forgot that movie with Scarlett Johansson. Oh my gosh, I watched that movie and there was no question left. What is that movie? It was a movie when she was this married man convinced her to have an affair, and then what happened was tragic. So a woman should always protect herself. If a man loves you, he will find a way. He won't invite you to a mess. It's like you don't invite guests to a messy house. You put your house together and then you worry about the guests. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about it, because maybe it's actually one of my topics, but this one is really more for women, because women are very, very weak when it comes to this kind of thing. We are not a program, you know, we are not a AI. Sometimes you see another soul and it's just, you just have this instant beautiful connection. But a man actually gets energy from this, and confidence and inspiration, and he has two women at once. But for a woman, at first it could be exciting, but then she will feel used and heartbroken, and it rarely ends well. There are times when it's supposedly ends well, you know, like with Princess Diana in this ugly, I mean, I'm sorry, with Camilla. I can't stand her. uh, you know, he chose Camilla for many reasons, but in general this doesn't happen often. Usually men takes the problem there is men takes energy from both women, and so both women are suffering and miserable. So women lose energy with affairs. Men who are also, like I was talking to you, I was at the bar talking to the guy. I mean, he didn't tell me, hi, I'm a serial cheater. No, he didn't say that, but I could tell from his manners. And yeah, he knew a lot on the subject, that is for sure. And he definitely gets, he told me that it's worth it. I told him, do you understand the consequences of these things? He's like, yeah, it's still, he told me it's still worth it. A man who has family, 4 children, his eyes were shining like stars, and he told me, oh, it's worth it, it's totally worth it. So he gets energy from women, he gets confidence and energy and all, you know, you men know what it is. But a woman, when she's not chosen, when she needs to hide, when she needs to be scared of her feelings, at first she doesn't think about it. At first she doesn't think about any complications. She doesn't think about it. She's in love. She feels seen. She feels loved. And it happens sometimes to the most beautiful people. I had crushes on people that were in a relationship with someone else. But I had this very strong sense that I won't cross the line. But also, things change with time, because as a woman, when you learn things and you're mature, you realize that most all of this is fake, because this man, the men in this case, they just want to feel like macho, they want to feel important, but they don't really fall in love. They just fall with the idea, they just want the muse, somebody to have a crush on. But by the way, I have no issues with the muse. Sometimes you have a woman that you just feel inspired. You can't help it, but you have to understand the consequences of crossing the line. They can be so detrimental. Anyway, let me read some of your beautiful comments. Welcome everyone, and thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate this. I spent so much time here lately, so I really appreciate. It's a big compliment for me when you decide to subscribe my channel. I really appreciate it. Let me have whatever left from my drink. Thank you. Yes, we are 11,000, by the way. It was like, my little celebration, and I saw that I started gaining subscribers again. So thank you. Hopefully soon I will have my monetization back as well. I mean, that would be a lovely touch, just a little token of appreciation. That would be so beautiful. But I enjoy it either way, and I'm coming here either way. And I'm gonna be working. I really want to make a wonderful course lesson for those things that happen every day. I want to teach men the kind of communication that turns us on as women. You will understand the principle, and you will be able to do it yourself. You won't need anybody to hold your hand. Thank you, darling. Have a beautiful night. Thank you, CCGB. Thank you so much for being here. Ой, боже. CCGB almost blocked you. Can you imagine? Yes, but is there real love? Of course there is real love. People do things for each other. People support each other. People go through so many things. It does exist, but it takes a lot of work, effort, dedication. But it definitely exists. This world spins because of people who love with pure heart. That are truly there. Good families, good people. But it's harder to find. It definitely exists. When you meet certain people, you can always tell when somebody had a good family, good upbringing, even if they had one loving parent. It's already a different child. When a man had a beautiful mother, it's already a different type of a man, because he knows, he appreciates a woman. He knows how to treasure her. He knows how to be respectful and strong, and give you that sense of security and respect. I can't watch to a lot of men who bash on women online, because they have such a poor speech. They have no respect. They have no dignity. They don't have that character that I would admire. So I don't watch. Thank you, Matisse. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. You can always tell a man who had a good mother. And you have to understand that the way, women, mothers love you, the least you can do back is to respect and cherish. Because when you love your mother, you know what you can feel, the sacrifice, the love. There is nothing else like that. It's like gorilla glue. Like this. It's you cannot get it. It doesn't go undone. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I just read your description on your page. You are cool. Thank you. I appreciate you wanting to understand what this channel is about. Thank you. And because we start to grow, I'm gonna be soon record just short uploads, and also making a horizontal more fun to look lives. I just wanted to spread the word so I can meet all of you, so all of you can see the video, can come and connect. And one of the also main reasons is that I love lives. I'm a live video addict. Because you feel the energy, you feel the presence of people. I love lives. I don't know what it is. But thank you so much, William. I appreciate that you took the time to learn what the channel is about. Thank you. You guys inspire me to do more with my channel. You don't even know. I feel very inspired because of the feedback. So thank you for that. Yes, you know, many people have broken families, and also there are so many issues in our society, and I'm going to be talking about children and AI. Oh, about the ChatGPT, how ChatGPT becoming closer to children than their parents, and advice that ChatGPT can give sometimes, and the very tragic things that have been happening because of this. So I really want to spread that awareness that just because something is trending, it doesn't mean that we should go head over heels and jump on it. It's so important to keep the humanity, to keep the love, to keep the connection. Even if you're one parent and you have 4 children, you can still find time. I really want people to have more authentic connections. And yeah, I read that story recently about the child, 16-year-old teenager who was guided basically through ChatGPT, how he was guided to take his own life. ChatGPT justified it because ChatGPT always panders to you. They always on your side. If you ask them any problems, they will always put you on their side. And it's just so dangerous. And I was thinking, how did our society came that a child would be talking to ChatGPT for 6 months trying to figure out how to end his life when he has both parents? I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming the parents, the child. I'm not. It's just so devastating. And I was thinking, the only thing is, it means that there is a major disconnect, because when you're connected to a child, yeah, teenagers are very difficult to connect with nowadays. But you know, when you truly love your child, you should notice something different, that he acts different and he does not respond. I mean, I know they try to avoid conversations, they try to avoid, you know, it's a whole teenagers thing is very awkward. But uh you should know as a parent what's going on in your child's life. And I highly support looking through your child's phone. Highly support it. Your child is a minor. They could be a predator talking to your child. They could be a technology suggesting your child that they have good ground for ending their I can't even say it, you know. I was so upset about it. I had to just sit and just it's just happening now. So there are like occasional instances of this, but it's going to be a thing. And I just had such condolences for the parents. Like, we need to prevent this. We cannot allow this. And that's why I am talking live. I want to encourage all of you who are watching me, spend time with your loved ones, with your children, with your if you're dating somebody, family, mom, nieces, nephews. I encourage you to spend some time. This is also Eastern European wisdom. Spend some time without the TV. Like, I'm talking to you right now, I'm not doing anything else. spend time without the TV, without the video games. Spend time together. Make it a little bit boring. But that's how you recreate rapport, connection, and your child might actually share with you what is bothering them. They're not gonna share out of pressure if you force them, but they will share with you if they feel you're interested to know. They will. I've seen it so many times when we hold on to things, but when somebody is really there, it's important. I was just oh, I was mortified learning that there are children right now that closer to ChatGPT than to their parents. I feel like cloud in my chest when I think about it. Um, Hello, Robert. Thank you. Adam, I'm gonna call you Adam. Hey, Adam. Great advice. I don't have cable either, or social media except YouTube. Very uncommon for someone my age. Yes, I assume you're you're young. Yeah. Same. I don't have cable, and I use social media for my mostly for my things that I do. I rarely post some personal updates. I do sometimes for the family, but I was kind of discouraged of doing that as well because I feel it's too much of personal information for people I don't know. Family should reach out to you and ask you, how are you? How is whoever they want to inquire. People should really reach out to people and not think if you put an update that, oh, okay, you know. But yeah, I completely understand you. Similar. I do have some social media, but I usually use it for creative purpose, and I limit my time. So I hear you on that. Your life is so much more fulfilled when you don't rely on social media in terms of getting just entangled in this, because you can go outside and meet people and actually give them time, and it's really beautiful unless you use it to actually with good things to connect people, to share a message. But most people don't use the social media for that. Hello, Frankie, welcome. People tend to raise their kids the way they were raised, good or bad. I would say yes, but now with technology, a lot of people handle the raising time to technology. A lot of people feel like, I need to spend time with my son or daughter. Oh, I'm tired. They just give them the iPad. So I think it's different now because of the technology. But now it's not just the iPad, it's not just the games. Now you can get a friend, advice, you can validate your feelings and pretty much be right at everything with ChatGPT, I mean, ChatGPT in similar ones. I just think it's so terrible. Imagine you have a teenager, he has some drama going on. He is getting guidance from his app, and he is ending up taking his life. I cannot even imagine this. God forbid that that they need to put some alerts on that system that anytime somebody requiring about that, a parent get alert, a police get alert. I don't know, this is not right. I cannot imagine what the parents of that teenager went through. Like, I don't even know them, but I would not wish this. I would not wish that to my worst enemy on a worst day. It's just really awful. And I'm bringing this up because we do need connection. And the reason why I love lives, because I feel connection with people. I really feel connection. О, Господи, Боже мой. Where do you live, sweet girl? At home? Um, Good night, good night. It's Saturday night, guys. So I really wanted to come on live yesterday, but I just really needed time off to recharge my batteries. Are you Indian? No, I wish. I find many Indian women extremely beautiful, but thank you. I know it's impossible, but children shouldn't be allowed anywhere near cell phone or computers. You know what? The funny thing is, it's not impossible. Um, it should be restricted and limited as much as possible. I completely agree with you. You look like a Disney villain. Okay, thanks. I'll take it as a compliment. Love the Russian accent. Well, I guess if young people don't get family values at home, they look for love in all the wrong places. Yes. From all the wrong people. Yes, it's true. You're lucky if you have a teacher, a mentor somewhere that sees you and decides to help. I mean, not you, but a child. Yeah, it's very hard when you didn't have a good structure. They actually have a name for it now called CPTSD. It's complex childhood, PTSD. It's a very serious thing. Yes. I don't have kids yet, but I would like to move out of the city and live in the country. Yes, I completely agree with you. Before I raise a family, I lived in the country and it was genuinely healthy experience. Yeah, I completely understand you. I am originally from a very big city and I was a bit of a social butterfly back in time. And I still can be when I'm in the mood and I love seeing some lights, going to events, but only once in a while. I would absolutely not want to live in a city. I want peace, I want green grass, I want views, calmness. And when you have children, they deserve to live in peace, enjoy the nature. It's so good for their soul. Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night. Oh, you're going to work. Got to get to work. Yeah, because you're working at night. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry that I hope the story didn't disappoint you. I will share with you guys from time to time the experience I have with people, but mostly I'm gonna put them in my lessons. I want to make them very sharp, short, and very precise, showing the difference of how it is and how it should be. Better now that I've seen you. Thank you. Tucker, I'm sure you saw the email. You can see my email, right? You can also Elizabeth, could you drop my email? I don't know if I'm sure you got it, Tucker. Just reach out to me. It would be great to see what we can do. I see your abs still looking good. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised. I had to choose between city or country. I would have chosen the country. Man, I could not live in a place like Brooklyn, maybe for 3 days, I don't know. No. Travel, exploring, yes, but it's not live. I mean, it's not live because especially because of the stupid crimes thing. I used to live in a very big and beautiful city, but it was no war and it was no crime. It was so beautiful, but the thing about European cities is you have the architecture, the events, the centralization of all the important things. But you also have parks, you have river, you have views. It's like there are many nature places and beautiful organized parks, and it's like it's a much more pleasant experience. I'm not going anywhere where I need to carry all day long, and be alert and have a bodyguard. No. After my trip to San Francisco, I really woke up. I've been going hard getting my mind right. Nice. Nice. Have you started your channel? I'm actually helping out a couple of people right now to open their channel, and it's really, really fun. And YouTube now actually helping out new YouTubers to move their channel. So is Instagram is really good as well. I mean, it's nice if you have a purpose, if you want to teach, share something with people, you can have a platform. Just you gotta keep the focus. I grew up in a big city. I live in country now. Can't believe how hectic the big city was. Yeah, yeah. I wish that the cities could be a lot more warm and cozy and friendlier here in US, and most importantly safer, because I was always a city person, city all day. But now I'm not dealing with crime. I'm not dealing with all that coldness. I would go enjoy night on the town all day, yes, but it's nice to live in a peaceful place. I never thought I'm gonna say this, but yes. It's nice to be in a village. I always tell my friends, that I live in a village and they're all laughing at me, but perfect. For me, it's perfect. I love peace because when you have peace, you can create anything you want. You can be world famous and live in a place that have less than 5,000 people, you know? But that has peace, and you have your own big backyard, or you can go a mile and be in a forest, in a river, on a mountain. It's just so nice. I lost friends when I stopped drinking, partying, but that was a sacrifice I was willing to make. You didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything. But excellent decision. I'm just looking through the comments, seeing there is anything interesting. Thank you guys for the compliments. I appreciate it. What do you consider women bashing? Focusing on the low class women and thinking that all women are like that. Tying every example to a bad example. It's just simply not true and it's not fair. We obviously have problems, but we still have a variety of people. So when you only create more of negativity when you're doing that. There are people that will always be on the bottom, that will always be like trash. I'm sorry, but some people choose this kind of life. But when you make it your big focus, you only inspire more of that. When I see trash, I mean, when I see people that I don't respect, that I just completely ignore their existence because I don't want to give a moment of my attention to the person that did not take pride in going out and, being better selves. I usually have a very cold face when that happens. Oh wow, interesting. We have 69 watchers and 69 likes. I'm not gonna comment on this. I'm gonna have my drink. I was watching this interview, and this guy was interviewing a very rich man and asking him for his secrets. And he asked, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 69." He said, "My favorite number." It just was funny because, it's almost a 70-year-old guy. And he was like, "Yeah, by the way, it's my favorite number." It's time for me to go to sleep, honestly. But I have never seen that 69 watch and 69 likes. I appreciate it. It probably really is a symbolic number. I don't know, just find it funny. Hi Veronica, where are you from, darling? I am from Eastern Europe, particularly from Kiev, Ukraine. I go to the river and find my peace. Oh, I love being in the nature too. It's so nice. Yes. It's so, so beautiful. And calming. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. Sundays for me is day of relaxing. Elizabeth, stop. Oh my gosh, I just find that it was very funny. All right, guys, it is, we are coming. We're gonna be wrapping things up before midnight. Shall I call that a success? I think so. Nice to meet you, Veronica. Thank you, Patrick. Welcome. Jay Tucker, check your email. Okay, I will. Yeah, have you started on your channel yet? I know you wanted me to help you out to start your channel or something like that. One second. I'm gonna put this louder because we are sleeping, right? I mean, we are going to sleep. We are sleeping, right? Yes. Welcome. Yeah, I got your message. Thank you. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yes, it will be a good time now. Please write me what you want, what you're working on. Send me some photos. Give me an idea of what you would like to get. What is your specific niche and what would you like to develop? Меня узнают, что? Шикарная обаяшка, ты во Флориде, есть желание встретиться. Нет, я не во Флориде. Шикарная, да, я согласна. Желания пока нет, я ж вас не знаю. This was fun, Veronica. I was watching you while doing laundry on Saturday night. It's 11:45 where I am. I subscribe. Yes, it's a little bit late. I'm gonna be moving times on earlier and earlier times. I just need to get back. I need to get on my full schedule, okay? So it won't be usually that late. Что? Вероника, да, это я. I live in United States, in the state of Michigan. Lalita, I love tea also. Yes, tea with cinnamon. You know, it's funny because some people think that, oh, this is just pure small talk right now. But you guys don't know how many people write in me that they had the most awful day and they somehow got in my life and they just had a better day. They actually felt some warmth and connection, even though I cannot see you. I've been getting so many so many compliments on the videos where I talk about nothing, not really a topic, but just saying hello. It's really sweet. I think we all want to talk to a real person, not AI. But of course, I really enjoy having actual conversation. I love having a topic. I love diving in. I love when people share their experiences and so on and so forth. Yeah. Очень далеко. 2 часа на самолете. Uh, Hello, can you marry me? I need a green card. Good night, everyone. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Excellent advice, Adam. Yes, very true. I spend a lot of time in silence and with music and in nature, so I completely agree with you. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for some last minutes comment. We are like Cinderella, the carriage and carriage will turn into cabbage at 12 a.m. So we cannot exceed 12 a.m. So we maximum have 10 minutes, maybe less. Okay, pal. Yeah, so guys, thank you so very much for subscribing and supporting. Want to wish you tomorrow have a beautiful day. I want to encourage you to take some time for yourself. I've noticed how with all the technology, notifications and the TV stuff, online stuff, sometimes you just everywhere and nowhere for yourself. It's so nice. Remember, Sunday is always a recharging day. So take some time for yourself, write some things down, just spend time just being present. Because we feel the most loneliness and abandonment when we are gone from our own life. We are everywhere, but not with ourselves. So yeah, I've noticed, especially here, when you go to a restaurant, I absolutely despise restaurants with big TVs. I come to connect, whether it's, romance, date, catching up with friends. I don't come to look at screens. So make sure to give yourself a break, a digital detox tomorrow on Sunday. At least for the most part of the day. Then in the evening, you could tune in. I might be live tomorrow. I don't know. I may not be. I don't know. I don't know yet. So, hi, Enrique. But we are wrapping up. It's 51 minute. Oh, the ladies were asking me to show more cute things. This is this is my favorite, especially in winter. Oh, you guys don't know how many people stop me, old, young men, women, teenagers. This is so good. I've received the message from ladies they like when I show like something in the end, like my accessory or a perfume or something. It's called Mason Francis Kurjan Paris Oud Satin Mood. It is for summer. I feel it's too rich. It's like liquid velvet. It's like they have this very rich, luxurious kind of aroma. But when it's cold and when it's cold and like rainy or snowy, this aroma just like you just want to be alive. Voice Queen is saying nice, your smile. Thank you, Voice Queen. You can buy it at North. I know that I can buy it, but I prefer get it as a gift. It's really, it's really comes at a cost, but it was an unexpected gift from a very lovely person. I was over the moon when I saw that. It's so good. Yes, you can buy it nowadays. It used to have A lot of places used to not have it. Yeah, I also love Kilian. I love perfumes so much, and I just like all the beautiful and feminine things. I don't know, they just add a little bit of, I don't know, they just add spice to life. I'm not saying that they are the most important, no, but they add inspiration. um I'm gonna make a video maybe tomorrow on Sunday night or Monday why women are addicted to shopping. I want you to understand the nature of it. By the way, this is a wait. This one actually goes great with that one. This one is interesting. It's not as sweet, but it's really, really interesting as well. It's called Narciso Rodriguez for her. I really, really like it, especially it's not sweet, so it just, I don't even know how to explain this aroma. But ladies who made it that far, I'm sharing with you. I like this aroma, but I don't know, I'm not very good with the description. I don't know how to describe it. But yes, I'm going to make a video. It's going to be fun and entertaining. We're going to talk about why women, why ladies, why we are and so addicted to shopping, you know. I was recently telling my mom, you know, you should be proud. So many people addicted to drugs and alcohol. Just, your daughter is only you know, addicted to, I don't know, not drugs. I said dresses, not drugs. I do actually think that it's so beautiful for women to wear dresses. It's, you know, it's not, people don't understand that it's a symbolism. It's the way the woman feels. It's the way the atmosphere creates. I see so few women wearing a dress here in US, at least where I live. Maybe in Florida there is more, but I see so rare a woman wearing a beautiful flowy dress. So it's not my fault that I need to compensate and have a full closet full of dresses. It's not my fault. I'm saving the planet. One dress at a time. But actually, you know, when as a woman you start doing something, it inspires other women because they also want to feel feminine and beautiful. I think it's a good ripple effect. And nowadays there are so many places where you can get things, beautiful things, and very affordable. I don't suggest ever to, you know, put yourself or your family in any kind of situation. But yes, I believe that beauty save the world. Beauty is one of the things, not the only one thing, but beauty saves the world as well. 100%. Okay. Oh my God, we have 4 minutes left before the pumpkin turns. No, before the carriage turns into pumpkin. Какой мощный русский акцент. Да, прям вообще мощь. Прям вообще мощь неземная прям. Another example, yet staple piece of our life, when somebody from Russia tells me that I have a, or Ukraine tells me that I have a strong Russian accent, where they supposedly living there, have probably no accent at all. Yeah, the problem with the vertical lives is it's so nice to feel to meet more people and create a community, and you know, meet wonderful people that otherwise you would not come across on online. But the problem is a lot of trash is coming with it, so we have to dig through the trash, Elizabeth. Anyway, my darlings, 2 minutes left. I have to follow my promise. At 12 a.m. exactly, the carriage will turn into pumpkin. So the Cinderella must take off. Thank you so very much, everyone who has joined the channel, who had decided to subscribe, who put a thumbs up, who made me laugh, who contribute a beautiful thought, who enjoyed their time just hanging out with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining. And yes, we're gonna talk about women's addiction to shopping. You will understand that. You will understand the depths of it and the nature of it. And also, I might give you a secret how to, how to make a woman to be less tempted to like overshop. Yet, how to do this right. So trust me, I have experience. I could run a full-blown course on that is for sure. Anyway, my darlings, have a beautiful, beautiful night. I will see you very soon. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate you helping me grow in my channel. Elizabeth, thank you for being here. Mwah. We're not gonna let the carriage turn into pumpkin, right? Um, Where are my earrings from? I have everything unique and one of a kind. I'll post all my links in a post section tomorrow. So you can check out my shop. Love you guys. Love ya all. I hope I sound American enough. But seriously, thank you for sharing the moment. Au revoir. See you soon, my darlings.